My name is Carrie, but my friends call me Karen. Welcome to my gaming day. If you'd like to become one of my cutie guys, simply subscription button down below and turn on those to let you know when I upload a new video. Now, if you'd like to help me defeat the YouTube algorithm gods, if you wouldn't. Really? Anyway, my little captain's gone and I can't figure out how to get him back. We are going to get some scarabs. We are going to get some Titan beetles, and we are going to get some killer wasps. Now, if you like to do it the easy, laid back, relaxed way, simply grab your snacky snacks, sit back, watch the video, and simply drop a like, a comment, and pop a share. It really help my channel grow, and I appreciate it. Now, if you got anything that's going on right now, and you'd like me to keep you in my thoughts or say a little prayer for you, why is it not opening? Okay. Search. My library. These look interesting. Lots of DVDs maybe after a couple of more builds. And what is this? Okay. Add-on. Craft comb. The left bath bombs add-on. Toss them to create a fizzing bath. Give yourself a boost of calm. Toss all knobs. You know what? Let's activate the add-on. Okay. Because I do want to make a bathtub for the giant, so if we can throw some less bath bombs in there and make it look like it's actually a bath, that would be cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just like to share something, maybe you got new neighbors, maybe you moved somewhere new. Maybe you moved out of the city into the country, or maybe you moved from the country into the city. Maybe you moved to a new country itself. That would be cool. Alright, so we're through these. Y'all got food. Okay, let me... Okay. We don't need these because we're already done with the stained glass and stuff. What we do need, though, is smooth quartz for now. Oop. I think, hold on. Alright, let's go up because we gotta finish the walls. So, we need to finish the walls. Okay, come on. Let me go down. Let me see. Oops. Okay, that's the way to do it. Okay, so we're going to go down, and we're going to, be filling up the walls. Once we get the walls done, we can start working on the inside. Okay, alright, so how's everybody's day going? Are y'all ready for today? Y'all got anything going on? Cause I got a friend who's started classes at uni. And they're busy with classes this week and stuff. Plus they got work. They work part-time, go to school as well. You know, I'm very proud of them. They're working very hard. I know y'all probably like, what's the major? Accountant. Believe it or not, accountants are needed a lot. Because businesses need accountants. The IRS uses accountants. You know what I'm saying? So, that's always something that someone's going to need at some point. We're also always going to need nurses and doctors. We're also going to need firefighters and different people like that, you know. Come on, get this side. Anyway, so we're gonna try and get this wall done, and some more of another wall done. At least get two sides finished with walls. I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? Which isn't always easy. Alright, come on now. I think I'll make a fireplace for the second floor. And also, fireplace for the third floor. To be, I'm not sure what I want that to be. I may make it like a, attic, or I may make it like an attic room. You know what I'm saying? For somebody like a kid, or I might make it for a giant. Alright. There we go. So yeah, it just really depends, I guess, on what. Ooh, come on out. What we're gonna do. Still got a ways to go. Oh my goodness, it's gonna take a while. So we've had it's been cold weather here. Like it gets down into the 20s. The past few days, it's supposed to be like that all week. Really cold and stuff. I worry about the animals outside, you know, the birds and all that. Because they're not used to how cold, getting that cold here, you know, because we rarely get freezing temperatures, you know. We might get down to 40s, 50s, things like that at times during the winter. But rarely does it get to freezing and below freezing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It can be a bit crazy here when it gets really, really cold. Honestly, if it's gonna get this cold, I'd rather just see some snow. You know what I'm saying? Just give me some snow. That would be cool. Because we don't get it often. My oldest got some snow up north. She lives further north in the state than we do. So we're closer to the southern part of the state. So we've rarely gotten it. Like, I mean, rarely gotten it. But yeah, they had snow and ice and stuff, and it was nice to see, you know, knowing that they could enjoy themselves. Luckily, if electricity or ice messes with electricity or something, I know they got like propane things that they can cook outside with. They also have a fireplace in their house, so it can keep the house warm, and they can also cook on it if they need be, you know, and if there's ever a hurricane and things go out, they'll always have something that they can keep warm with or cook with right in the house, you know, if they want. So I'm glad of that, for sure. But if you have a fireplace, you also need to make sure that you have the chimney cleaned regularly, because the creosote, which is created by the ash and other stuff floating up and sticking to the inside of it, can create a fire hazard. So it's better to go ahead and just, you know, have it cleaned yearly at least. Once a year, maybe twice, depending on how often you use it, I guess. You know, if you don't use it a lot, then you really don't need to do it as often. But if you do use it a lot, you know, definitely cleaning it more than once, you know, is good. Protect it from, you know, unless you got a gas one, then that's different. But if you have a wood burning one, you definitely need to have it cleaned regularly. Like I said, because they give off, you know, the tar, the soot, and other things. Ooh. Ooh, come on. Can you stop that? Buddy. Wait a minute. Buddy. Buddy. The water's right here. Alright, let's look now. Let's wait so we can get to the water. Okay, yeah, so it can, yeah, it definitely needs to be, cleaned often if you do that. Because the buildup, like I said, it can be a fire hazard itself. And I know you can go with gas, but the problem with that is if you're in an area where you end up with a lot of snow and you're stuck in a blizzard for weeks on end, that gas eventually can run out. Whereas if you have a lot of wood already chopped up, you're more likely to, be able to use that better. I know I talked about what I want to do when I make enough money. How I want to, get me a house that has an indoor pool that's heated. That way I can go swimming around because of my knees and my back. It's the only exercise I can really get. Plus I want to be able to have solar paneling on everything. And I want to have, you want to go out? Yeah, give me a sec. Sorry about that. Dog went out. Let's go potty. He's just being noisy. I do want to, but I also want to have a good bit of land. So I can have some animals like some milk cows, some milking goats, and also, goats and sheep, and, well, just a couple of sheep, not a lot. Some for wool and some for meat. Some fishing pond, a stock pond for fishing. Because I want to be self-sufficient, have like an orchard of fruit trees and nut trees and berry bushes that we can gather from. And also I want to have like hydroponic towers, because you can grow more in a season, have multiple harvests in a season from those, starting from just the seeds. I also want some raised beds for certain ones that you can't grow in there, like things like pumpkins and things like that. Potatoes, you can't grow those in a hydroponic tower. But you can grow other things. Plus I want to have like flowers and herbs and stuff. Just basically be self-sufficient and create our own meat, raise our own food, have some like chickens and quails, raise a couple of turkeys, maybe a couple of ducks and geese as well for food and eggs. Have some apiaries. Those are, for honeybees. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Alright, let's go this way. Alright. This way. Anyway, so yeah, so I would definitely like that, like I said, with the solar power. You don't have to worry about, with hurricanes and stuff, where the electricity goes out and stuff. Because you'll have a way for electricity. Because let's face it, how did I break glass? Oh, why is it breaking glass? Why does it sound like breaking glass? Did I break anything up here? I don't see anything broken. Yeah? No, then why did it sound like breaking glass down here? I don't know. It's weird. Anyway. Yeah. Also want to get like a dehydrator and a freeze dryer and stuff for canning and things like that. I'd love to have my own, to be able to can our own stuff, make our own butter, make our own cheeses, grow our own mushrooms. I want to be self-sufficient. I'm tired of constantly dependent on so many people. In certain ways, not to mention it'll save money in the long run. And a couple of pigs, for bacon and ham and stuff like that, pork chops. Yes, I know there are going to be people who hate that idea, but I'm okay with it. People not liking it. Here. Meat. Alright. But yeah, I want to be able to be self-sufficient. That's why I also want like a pond or a lake that are filled with fish. The way we can do fishing if we want fish. If I want seafood, I can always go out to the ocean, like if I want like crabs or something, like shrimp or oysters. So I can go get that myself out on the beach, which isn't far. So we can do that, as well. Because I do know how to shrimp, I do know how to throw a cast net, I know how to throw a brill net. For those of you who don't know what a brill net is, a brill net is like a cast net, only it's smaller and the holes are smaller because it's meant for catching shrimp. You know what I'm saying? And I can always, create crab nets, drop crab pots and stuff. We don't have lobster here in the sense of they are anywhere near here. So I would have to pay for those and things like scallops, which I don't mind, but we do have oysters and clams, which would be fairly easy to get. And I would be happy with that, but that's all I have to worry about buying. And I know y'all probably, but can you process it? You know, in the land I want it big enough so that way I can also go hunting, like for rabbits and for deer and stuff. Also, another way to put meat in the house. You know what I mean? But I definitely want to be self-sufficient. Because honestly, I'm tired of depending on so many people for so many things. And don't get me wrong, I like our farmers and stuff like that. They have a hard job producing for the for this country, you know, itself. For any country that farmers work at, that is a lot of hard work. You know what I'm saying? It is such hard work. And I appreciate all they do. My grandfather grew his own crops and stuff. Corn and all that, and potatoes, sweet potatoes, and regular potatoes, and red potatoes, and squash, eggplants, you know, all that. Okra and whatnot. And I just want to get back basically to my roots, sort of, I guess you could say. Well, I don't feel like I have to depend on anyone. I mean, y'all know that we plan on getting divorced, we just haven't had the money to do it. I've always felt like, I don't know, it's hard to explain with what's been going on. Feeling like I'm just not in control of anything at all because of it. And that's not the way a marriage is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that you feel like you're constantly beholden to anyone. You shouldn't feel like you're less than, or you're incompetent, or not capable. No one should make you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I know I put these on it, and y'all are like, oh, something fun to watch. I do talk about things like this because this is a part of my life and part of who I am and what I'm dealing with. And I don't want to ever not, you know, be honest with y'all. It's just difficult, you know, depending on someone constantly. Because in a society that tells us that women need to depend on the husband, but then dismisses because it says, alright, women, y'all have this important job of taking care of the house and taking care of the kids and raising the kids and all this and supporting your husband, but then when it comes time for a woman to talk about how she's overloaded with things, mentally, emotionally, and stuff, and ask for help, she gets told she's lazy. Well, you're at home all day. What are you really doing? Sitting on the couch eating bonbons, watching soap operas? No, we're busting our butts. We get up earlier than everybody else and go to sleep later than everybody else. Well, usually. I started going to bed at a proper hour for myself because I do get up earlier. And I do need rest so I can do my work and stuff. But, yeah. We're put in a position of where we don't have an education or we don't have a work history, and if something happens to our spouse or because they decide, well, you can't serve my needs anymore, I'm getting rid of you for someone else, hopefully who will take care of my needs, then you've thrown away your whole life for someone who just saw you as something to use. And I'm not going to do that or encourage that in any person. You know? Because I can no longer physically work outside the house myself due to my bad back and knees. You know, it is just what it is. It's hard. It's difficult. and you get left in a position where you're basically, you're screwed. And I'm tired of being, screwed over like that. That's why part of the reason why I started the YouTube channel, because I love doing it, but I also need to make a living for my family, and this is about for myself and my kids, and this is about the only way I can do it, because I don't have the education that I would like. And I know some people won't go back to school, but the only problem is you need money for that. Even with grants and stuff, you need money for a car and gas, and you still need money for food and electricity and all that stuff to cover it while you are busy trying to get that education to get a better paying, job. And I know this is a long shot for my YouTube channel to be successful, but I believe it will be successful. I believe it will be very, very successful. Because I am, I'm fun, I'm loving, I'm also very down to earth. And I think that even though I do talk about hard things, I think that I am someone that a lot of people would like to listen to, because they also want to talk about hard things, but people tell them, oh, let's not talk about that, it's so down, it's so, and I don't think that a lot of people realize ignoring things like that is not good. The more you ignore it, the bigger it grows. You gotta face it head on sometimes, as hard as it is. And that's what I'm doing. It's not easy. I'm facing a lot of stuff that I didn't think would ever happen. But the person you love can end up being the one who is the least, the last person who you would think would hurt you, but ends up being the one who hurts you the most. So I'm just so done with that. So I want to make a living out of this. I want to make enough money to be able to buy some land, get some animals, be self-sufficient, and take care of things and put some money aside for the kids' future and stuff. Make sure to get them set up for success in life, and not just have to worry about being dependent on somebody. They can depend on themselves. You know what I mean? Which is what I want for them. Okay, that's the first line. Ooh. First blue line to get to. Yeah, so once we're through here, over there in that pink area, I'm going to build a little house. Sunwa. I'm gonna build a little house for Sunwa. Come on now. What is that? Well, hello there. What have you got? Hello. Hello. Oops, sorry. I did not mean to do that. Well, that's interesting. There's a little guy in here trying to sell stuff. I actually like that. That's kind of cute. But yeah, that's basically me. I'm just trying to get through and get by. And I've processed it. I've been processing it for the past couple of years now. Since beginning of 2023. So I've had 2 years to process this stuff. And I've come to peace with it, to be honest. It's a little bit scary, you know, doing it on your own after a while. Because you ain't done it in so long, and you've been made to feel like you can't do it on your own by one, society, and by the person that you trusted, making you feel like you're incompetent constantly, undermining your belief in yourself, and that's difficult, you know. That's difficult to deal with. But I'm learning to trust myself. I'm learning to believe in myself and encourage myself and love myself. That's why I always encourage y'all to love yourselves and do one self-love act for yourself. You know, it's not easy. It can be difficult, I know. It can be hard. Thing for you to do, but, yeah, I would rather, you know, see y'all, happy and on your own than stuck in a relationship that doesn't make you happy, that just drains you mentally and emotionally and spiritually and makes you, you know, doubt yourself and not believe in yourself, not love yourself, and feel like, you know, and I know society often tries to make us feel like we should just be grateful whoever comes or thrown our way. And that's not okay, not in any relationship. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you know, whether it's a long-term or short-term relationship that you're in. If someone's making you feel like you're less than, then can they really say they love you? No, they can't. You know, it's better to just be alone and have your peace and work for yourself and take care of yourself than it's to stay in one where you're not happy, where you feel like you're not appreciated, not loved, like you're less than, that you're incapable, that you're constantly anxiety-ridden, that you're going to make a mistake, and if you make a mistake, that you're going to get, you know, yelled at or something, or treated, given the silent treatment or other things like that, which is not good, you know. And I'm not saying that when someone doesn't talk to you, when y'all have an argument and they quiet down and walk off, it's okay to quiet down and walk off for a bit, you know, so that way if you have trouble expressing yourself and you just want a little quiet time to try and gather your thoughts and emotions, so you can have a conversation, you know. But if the person you're with constantly dismisses your feelings and thoughts, and tries to justify their mistreatment of you, then they're not really the one for you. And I've come to find that out, and you know what? I am relieved. I'm honestly relieved, and I am ready for whatever, you know, life, God, universe has for me, because I know they have way better for me. And I'm ready for it. I mean, at first I was scared, you know? What if I'm not good enough for whatever God or the universe or whatever brings me? But then I started thinking, the only reason I think that is because of the way I've been treated by so many people in my life, you know? Like, I don't deserve good, like, I don't deserve to be happy, like, I don't deserve nice things or being kind. hope and kindness in life and stuff. And I've had to work to break that cycle of belief. Because it was never my belief to begin with, it was somebody else's belief. Someone else wanted me to believe that so they could just treat me however and not feel guilty for it. Because if I believed I deserved, then I would never walk away. You know, that's why the ultimatum given. And I considered going with the ultimatum, but then I realized, you know what? Someone loves me, they're not going to give me that kind of ultimatum, knowing that my body is broken. And that's not something I can help, you know? If you can't love me, still, even then, you never really loved me to begin with. You know, you only loved me for what you could use me for. And I'm done with that. I am okay with that because now I see them for who they are, and I don't have to apologize for being me. I'm not going to apologize for being me. I'm not going to apologize for being happy at something or laughing at something or just anything, you know? I'm not going to apologize for being loud. I'm not going to apologize for not believing a certain way or acting a certain way. Heck no. I am who I am. If somebody doesn't love me for that, that's their problem, that's their issue, not mine. So let's get this wall finished, and then we can work on the other two walls tomorrow. But then again, we only had part of a wall to finish on that one, so. And yeah, so we got a ways. But yeah, that's me. That's basically my life right now. I'm just trying to get this going. And I believe that soon I'll be found by people who understand what I'm going through and who want to help support me in making my channel grow and making my making my life better, you know? Who brings something positive into my life instead of just training me and making me feel like I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy, you know? I believe that God and the universe have something for me, have people there. I just have to let go of the old, you know? Even when afraid, I have to let go of it, and I have to embrace the unknown and have faith in what's coming, you know? Faith is the belief and trust in the unknown, you know, without seeing. I know, because a lot of people say seeing, believing. Well, faith is the opposite. It's believing without seeing. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm believing without seeing, and it's not easy. But I am not going to give up. I am going to keep fighting. And for every kitty cat that's with me right now, I know I have like 75 or 76 of you. Thank you. Each one of you, for every view, for every moment, for every second you spend with me. Just listen to me ramble, even about hard things like this. And thank you for supporting me. And if you're seeing this in the future and you're one of several million, don't think that you're any less important because you're one of those. 1 in a million or 1 in 2 million, 1 in 5 million makes no difference. Because you are special as an individual and you matter as well. And I just want to thank y'all all in advance for all the support y'all have given me for the past support and the support you give now, and any future support you give me, whether it's sharing, watching, or even just sitting in on in the background while you cook, clean, whatever, you know, to help me with the views and stuff, or give me, you know, add to my subscribers, you know. I appreciate it so very much. You know, I really appreciate y'all, and I love y'all, and I hope that y'all will, you know, take care of yourself. And if you're stuck in a situation like I am, I hope that you take a deep breath and learn that you are deserving of love, respect, dignity, kindness, and all those things. That no one has the right to disrespect you, to mistreat you, or anything else. Okay? And I hope that you can get out of that situation and find peace and joy and be happy and just being yourself. You know, and then you find your people in the future. You know? And you find your joy in the future and happiness in the future. Alright? Just remember to be kind to yourself. I tell y'all that a lot, I know, and I tell y'all every day to be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. You're not perfect, you're not going to be, and this is truly not. And, well, I don't expect people to be perfect towards me. I do expect respect and dignity, and to be treated like I'm a human. And if they can't do that, they're no longer worth being in my house, in my life, or whatever. You know? Even if they're family, you know? I have some family who look down on me. And you know what? I'm not going to fight anymore to try and get their love or anything. If they don't love me or don't see me as a human being, or if they just want to see me as an enemy for whatever reason, I don't care. I'm not going to sit there and try and justify myself to them or anyone else. Because I don't have to. I am who I am. You know, I'm just a human, just trying to live my best life to the best of my ability. And that's all I can do, you know. And yes, I know I'm going to have to get rid of some of this at some point because I am going to have to make stairs. I also want to make a porch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I made my share of mistakes in my life, and I'm not perfect. I'm not going to say I am. Not even perfect in this relationship, but I believe most of anything is stemmed from the treatment and constantly feeling unheard and unloved and only desired for one thing. And that's, well, a few things, but that one being a major thing. And I'm not going to do that. I deserve love. I deserve respect. I deserve someone who cherishes me as a human being. Okay. And that's what I do deserve, you know. Alright. Now, since we've had the serious talk, why don't we talk about things that are a little more fun? Like, for instance, what kind of videos do y'all like to see? Is there a certain build you'd like to see? Maybe build a giant dinosaur or something. Are there any games coming out that you'd like to play, or games that you're avoiding because they are AI, and instead of actors they have AI doing the voices and stuff? I mean, I can totally understand that. I'm not really interested in playing any AI games. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I prefer to play ones that are made by humans and have human voices. For me, that's, you know, just the way I am. It's not that I have anything against AI personally, but I do believe if it's used properly, you know, in some ways it can be a tool, but if, you know, if it's, you know, sitting there literally taking away from another artist and stuff, that's a whole different thing. I do watch some videos that have some AI in it, but it's, what that is like houses that people say, okay, I want a house that's inspired by, say, a conch shell, or a crab, or a fox. And it creates, you know, that look, you know, and it comes up with different looks and stuff. That's completely different, you know what I'm saying? I think, because it's taking something from nature in it of itself and just integrating it into a house form, you know, things like that. So yeah, I think something like that is totally different than, say, having it create artwork using other people's artwork, you know? Because other people's artwork is their own and it should stay that way, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are people who do, who do stuff. Sometimes it's hard for my brain to process. Give me a minute to gather my thoughts on that one. Like, who make copies of famous paintings? No. For practice and stuff, but that's, I think, is different because they're not passing it off as their own painting itself. Well, I mean, it's their own painting, but they're not passing off the original. It is the original, and as they're the creator of that painting that they copied. They give credit where credit is due, you know what I'm saying? And I think if someone is going to use AI and it has someone else's artwork that's being used, first you need to have permission from that person, I think. And also, you need to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? But too many people don't get that, I think. We're off topic again. Alright, when springtime comes up, what is everybody doing? Are y'all ready for spring? You know, warmer weather and stuff? Man, it was summer, I was ready for fall. When fall came around, I was like, yeah. But then winter hit and I'm like, oh. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like winter to a certain extent, because every season has some special thing about it. You know, winter, fall, warm soups, hot coffee, hot tea, hot cocoa, you know, bonfires. Well, you can have bonfires during the summer, but, you know, usually you try and sit away from, not too close to the bonfire. The bonfire is more for light than anything. And maybe roast some marshmallows and stuff. So yeah, I think that he's really gonna be noisy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's gonna be noisy. Oy vey. Still got a long way to go. It's already getting. Ooh. It's already dark on that side. And the reason it's dark on that side because that wall's finished. And once that's done though. Ooh, it is cold though. I woke up, it was below freezing. I think it's in the 30s now, maybe? If I'm lucky. For that to be. My kiddos were, playing Pikmin. I think it was like Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 4. Yesterday. Ooh. So they were playing that yesterday, and they were playing around. Sometimes they get a little roughhousing. Sometimes they get a little noisy. Yeah, I hear ya. Now give me a quick second. I gotta let my dog in. Sorry about that. But since that was it, might as well go to the storage room. Anyway. Let me get this done. And then once we're done with this wall, I'll be up to today. Trying to get a little bit done each day. It'll take a while. But, we're almost there. Yeah, but according to the thing outside, it's 40-something degrees, like almost 45 degrees, but above freezing, but it's still cold as heck to me. I'm old. I'm moldy. I'm oldie and moldy. Let's see. I might make me some coffee. Ooh, excuse me. I've been up early, since early. Got up at like 5-something. And I laid back down, but I didn't go to sleep. I just laid down to let, some stuff get done. I'm gonna put the dryer on when I get done with this, to make sure that the clothes are done. And I gotta throw clothes in the washer into the dryer after that. Our dryer takes a little bit more than one run to dry the clothes. It's not the best, but it works, you know, and as long as it's working and getting the job done, eventually, you know, I'll be happy about that. Whew. Alright. good. Oh. Okay, let's see. We are almost done with this wall. Now we'll have 2 walls done and the ceiling done. We got the floor done. And that's good. Once we get the 4 walls done, we get the house itself done. We'll work on the outside garden area, making grass and other things like that. Ponds and gardens and stuff. Yeah, almost done. Almost done, almost done, almost done. Nice. Almost done. Woohoo! Okay. One more layer this way. Woohoo! And one last layer after that, I believe. We are almost done with this wall. I wasn't sure if we'd get it done today or not, because it seemed like, at first I was like, yeah, we can do that, and then I was like, I don't know, it is pretty big, you know. Okay. There we go. We got 2 walls done. What do y'all think? Let's go around and look at it from the inside. I mean, we're later going to have, you know, windows for the first floor and the second floor and stuff. We might put a window where the attic is, like some roundish kind of windows. Look at that. Now we got protection from at least some wind on 2 sides. We don't have it from the other ones, but we do have it from those sides. We'll have to finish those next time, which could take a while, but yes, my babies. Okay, hold on, I'll come in here and sit with y'all. There we go, my babies. Are y'all hungry? Let me get y'all some. Let me get y'all. Let me get y'all some fish. Not fish. Get your cup. Let me get y'all some chicken. One. Okay. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Y'all go ahead and eat. Oh, I'm coming. Here y'all go. Now y'all got food, babies. Y'all go ahead and eat. Y'all eat. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Y'all go ahead and eat. Alright? Now, we are by the fire. Right over here and stand by the fire. Stand on this side. That way we're blocked from the wind on that side and oops. That side, and from all sides, and I still get the heat. Alright, so let's see. Well, I didn't even bother to see what, hold on real quick. I did not bother to look and see about the Lush Bath Bomb thingies. I did not even bother to look and see about those. I gotta look and see what I got. Okay, let me see. I don't even know where they would be. Oh, look, grapefruit, cedarwood, benzoin, mint, oak moss, lake's bath bomb, big blue bath bomb, guidebook. Okay, seaweed, twilight bath bomb. I'm kind of tempted to make something real quick. Let's make something real quick. We will make a... let's get water. And we'll get... twilight bath bomb. Okay. Ooh. We're gonna put it over here by the fire place. Wait, keeps it warm. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. I am loving this. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to do in the bathtub. I am going to leave it on this so I can get a nice little view of it. For a, oops, that's not what I meant. Oops. Yep. Anyway, I'm gonna save and quit, and we will, that'll be it for today, and we'll, I like the bath bombs, that's pretty neat. I wonder if I can throw those into the pool. I probably could. So, anyway, that'll be it for now. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be gentle with yourselves. You're not perfect, you're not going to be, just trying to do better and be better. And when self-love active and keep yourself safe, put it down below. That's me. I'm going to make me some more tea to keep me warm and stuff. Because I like staying warm. I definitely need to stay warm. Now, y'all take care. And I still don't know why it won't let me turn on notice. Click on the notice. Whatever. It won't let me do that. So, I will see you later, my cutie cubs.